What would somebody be driving that has the personalized license plate DIRTBAG? I'll give you 3 guesses, and you'd probably be right on the second one. We'll tell you what this moron in Washington did. Really, he lived up to the name on the personalized license plate, much like Jay West did back when he was in high school.
Jay West was cool.
Yeah,
he was a slickster.
Yeah.
He was a slickster, not a dirtbag.
Oh my God, is that the nefarious Jay West?
Yeah, it was on the Nissan Lowrider with the custom bed kit in the back that had throw pillows. That's what the girls would always like. They go, ooh, throw pillows.
Yeah. You get those at Michael's?
Hey, let's do dumbass of the day.
You're way outside the line. You're taking up 2 spaces.
I'm like an inch over the line.
No, you're a foot over the line. You're taking up 2 spaces, and the next car is also going to be taking up 2 spaces. Then you're going to leave, and then that car is going to get blamed. This is chaos. Society can't function like this.
What?
You have to be in the lines the way it's supposed to be.
Here's an idea. Why don't you mind your own business?
Well, I suppose that's an idea. Not a very good one, though.
Oh, no?
Just say, you know what? I'll do better next time.
I did fine.
No, that's not fine.
I don't need to do better.
You didn't do fine. You need to do better.
No, I did fine.
You need to do better. That's just shoddy.
I really give a what you think of my parking job, okay, pal?
Park your car between the lines. It's not that hard. Look, just pull in between the lines.
Why don't you stay between the lines of your own damn business, huh? Why don't you stay confined within the lines of not being an asshole? Because you're way over that line, all right?
The only person who's the asshole here is the pig Parker.
Pig Parker.
Yes.
So you're calling me a pig.
A pig Parker.
Hey, you know what? Have a real nice day.
Okay, I will. I'm sure you will too, at everyone else's expense.
Yeah, I will.
Dumbass of the day.
93.3 KZOZ.
I love it when he says, I suppose that's an idea, but it's not a very good one.
God, I have not started watching the latest season.
Me neither.
I got to do it.
Is it done yet? Are all the episodes out yet?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. I mean, God, it's been out. It's been going forever. Before Christmas. I mean, before the holidays.
Man in Washington owned his title.
DIRTBAG.
On the roadways, and that is DIRTBAG. He was arrested after pointing a gun at another driver, punching a police officer, and making death threats. This guy is unidentified as the time of the news report.
He got away?
No, he didn't get away.
Oh, they're not identifying him.
Yeah. He was in his red Chevy Camaro when he, of course, right? DIRTBAG is not going to be driving like a Range Rover or a...
Are you sure it didn't say douchebag?
It had a Nickelback bumper sticker right next to DIRTBAG.
Oh, come on.
No, I kid. So,
but he was listening.
So he rear-ended a guy in line at the car wash on Sunday. That guy got mad. He said, "Dude, what's the deal? How come you're rear-ending me?" And he said, "What? You want to fight? Do you see what it says on my license plate? DIRTBAG." They go to throws. Okay, they go to blows. Then after the fender bender, DIRTBAG, because we don't know his name, who, by the way, subsequently was dressed as a security guard, so he was just coming off of his job. Oh, you talk about insecurities abound. Red Chevy Camaro, security officer uniform. I mean, there's just all kinds of insecurities going on there. He whips out a handgun and points it.
Who, DIRTBAG?
DIRTBAG, at the driver that he hit in the car wash.
Jesus.
Then the victim calls 911. Police arrive. And the driver of the Camaro refused to get out of his car, saying, "I'm a security officer. I'm not going to get out of my car. I'm a DIRTBAG." So that prompted the cops to pull him out of the car. Then he punched the cop in the face and then made a racial slur about the other driver in which he pointed the gun at. He threatened to kill 3 more cops that showed up on the scene. Ultimately, the police had to taser him to subdue and arrest DIRTBAG on a long list of serious charges.
Well, he's got a loaded weapon? Is it registered? Is it stolen? That'll be a charge.
My question for you is, if somebody with the license plate DIRTBAG, he's owning the fact that he is the dredge of society, okay? And he is not to be messed with. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a DIRTBAG and I know it. In fact, I registered it with the state and I put it on the front of my red Camaro." If a guy with DIRTBAG rear ends you in the car wash, are you getting out and saying anything?
Yeah. After I call 911,
I move on with my day.
I'm reporting the accident first.
I look in my rearview mirror and I'm like, wait, does it say dirtbag on his? Never mind. I mean, it's a bumper, right?
No. I got out at Costco because some lady let her cart go and wasn't paying attention, and I was getting ready to back up, and her cart went banging into my bumper of my truck. Mm-hmm. I jump out. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "But you pay attention, bitch!" No, I didn't say that. I just said, "Hey, what happened?" She's like, "Oh," and she's like, "I didn't mark it." How could you see? You're 10 feet away and you're 60. So I get down, I look. There's no mark. So I'm like, all right, you're lucky. Yeah, well, when people care about their vehicles, I mean, I've seen your vehicle. You could bump it against something. You probably don't care that much.
No.
But I really do. I don't have scratches on mine.
What do you mean you've seen my vehicle?
I've seen your vehicle. You had
What's
a big
wrong with
scratch on the hood.
Well, that was from a crate.
I think you hit something you backed into or something because you got scratch on the back.
Well, I did do that, but I got it fixed.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, I bought it with those scratches on the back.
I'm not trying to be a dirtbag here. I'm just saying.
You kind of are.
I'm just saying I'm very particular about my vehicle. So anybody catches it, I'm going to confront
I remember
them.
when you tried to blame the car wash for that bicyclist.
I didn't try to blame the car wash.
That hit and run you.
I called them because it was the only thing that made sense. And when I went to their cameras and it showed the damage was already there, I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Is Dirtbag registered with the state of California? That's my question. If so, it belongs on a black pickup truck.
Well, now you know what to get me for Christmas.
Jeremy, your cousin. It's Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.
So the question is, what is a bumper sticker that I identify with a bad driver, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were asking me?
Yeah, my answer on this, just quickly, because we get any bumper sticker. Any bumper sticker tells me that person's mind is not on the road and it's 6,000 different places. That if they're especially if it's a cause, okay, if there's some kind like Free Tibet or Darwin,
save the forest,
or save
a tree,
yes,
a plant, save the environment. These people drive like old ladies.
They're the worst drivers.
I'm sorry, they drive like old ladies. They drive slow, and people think if you just drive slow, let's say on the freeway, if you drive slow on the freeway that you're not a hazard. No, you are a hazard when people are coming up behind you and then they have to try to get around you because you're driving so slow that they don't want to hit their brakes because you're going to cause a backup, and who knows if there are people going to rear end you. I always run into these people and they're usually driving Priuses. People that drive Priuses with a lot of bumper stickers about saving the planet, to me, are the worst drivers out there.
I know
I apologize if that's you right now. I don't think you listen to this show, but you might, and you're terrible. You might be a terrible driver. You're at least associated with being a terrible driver.
Because of the car that you drive.
Yeah, it's the car. It's the sticker.
It's the new Subaru Legacy. Remember back in the 80s? Back before Subaru made the Outback and it was a nice car.
Yeah, they had the Legacy.
They had the Legacy, and the Legacy was good for about 3 years after purchase before it blew a gasket and oil would spew onto the manifold at record rates. But everybody that drove the Legacy was saving the environment, despite the fact that they were driving a car that hemorrhaged about a gallon of oil a week. They were saving the environment, and they would have it was the most ironic thing in the 80s and the 90s, because they would drive these all-wheel drive Legacies down the road, and you'd see a bunch of bumper stickers on the back of the car, but you wouldn't be able to see what the bumper sticker said because the soot from the oil burning off the manifold and coming out the exhaust would cover those stickers. So you had no idea what their cause was. You just know that it was oxymoronic in its ways, because there's this person trying to save the environment, driving 45 miles an hour on the freeway because that's as fast as their car will go, yet they're polluting the environment way worse than anybody else is.
Jordan just wrote in and he said the people that drive with the baby on board stickers,
and I'll tell you,
or the little signs. And I'm like, you know what? I agree, because those people I want to try to get around as well.
Absolutely. And the reason why is anything that touts that you have kids in the car, and this goes for on the inside of the car. This is my biggest pet peeve in the world, and this is people that allow their kids to put stickers on the windows on the inside of the car. you guys are doing nobody any service, okay? There are other parents out there that hate this, but then when our kids see what your kids are doing to the inside of your cars, they want to do it as well. So therefore, we have to explain to them, hey, you're not doing that, okay? Anybody who advertises the fact that there is kids in the car or there could be kids in the car, you stay away from on the road as well. Because there's been studies that have proven that driving with kids in the car can be more distracting
and dangerous
than texting and driving, okay? Because kids are always wanting something, and you have to reach back and hand them stuff.
I told you that story when I was a kid, and that lady hit a jogger on the road, killed the guy because she was going back to tell her kids to knock it off or something. She was reaching back at her kids in the back seat.
So these are people I stay away from on the road.
Get away from those kids.
Anybody on a crotch rocket, because in the state of California, you can drive in between the cars.
Do they put bumper stickers on
You can't put a bumper sticker.
We wouldn't know because you're going by so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how they what do they call that, lane splitting? And you're supposed to lane split when there's traffic so your bike doesn't overheat. We've asked JW about it. He says the reason they allow them to do that is because bikes don't have radiators, or a lot of them do. I know some do, but most of them don't, and so they don't overheat. They'll let them continue to go.
Keep the airflow going around the engine.
That doesn't mean that you have to, when I'm doing 70, you passing me doing 90. I mean, God, it gives you a freaking heart attack. It
does.
Anyways, back to the bumper stickers. You can weigh in 543-3693. That's call or text line. Thanks to our friends at 805 Beer. And you can also hit us on Facebook and Twitter at Jeff and Jeremy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.